be showing you guys a video of this hike we went on in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and we did it in like the fall, and
it was gorgeous.
we just like did it on like one of our longer weekends, so we had a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so we drove up on Friday and stayed Friday night in Steamboat Springs, and on the way there we like stopped in Frisco, Colorado, and we went disc golfing, and we played this disc golf course, and it was our first time we'd ever played it. And so we've been back there like a few times since then, and also took some photos there and stuff, and lost our car key there as well, and a disc actually too, in a tree that we still don't know where it's at. But we played disc golf there, and then we drove to Steamboat Springs that night, and drove through a little bit of snow and stuff.
We are playing disc golf in Frisco, Colorado, and it's gorgeous. It's like 40 degrees out, it's really cold. But it's super pretty. There's Jamie, say hi. We're on our way to Steamboat for vacation. So. Where's it at? Alright, we're gonna see where this one's at. I don't know where it is. Hey, it actually went to the tree. I hit a tree. That wasn't good. Alright. It's so pretty here. Ah. There's Jamie throwing his. It's called.
Yay!
Whee!
It's cool because it was our first time that we've ever been to Steamboat Springs, and so we like researched this hike that was going to lead to a waterfall and then to this lake.
Hidden lake.
Yeah, and
it's called Hidden Lake, and it was definitely hidden.
So, like I said before, the night before it actually had snowed, and maybe like that week it had snowed, and it was still like kind of the fall time. So we got up fairly early, probably like, I don't know, 8 in the morning or something, and started off our hike. And the hike was really pretty because there was snow on the ground, and then the leaves were still like
super yellow.
Still
there
there.
were tons of aspens.
They were like falling, the leaves were falling, and yeah, it was really gorgeous. And so we hiked up, and we were able to follow some tracks up to this waterfall. And the waterfall is probably, I don't know, it's been a while since we did it, but probably like 2 or 3 miles. And the waterfall was was really beautiful and stuff. But we knew that we wanted to hike up to this lake because there's a lake another probably 4 miles
The
up.
sign at the beginning said that the whole way to the lake and back was like 4 miles, but it was more like 4 miles like from the waterfall. The sign was a little deceiving.
Yeah, so there was like tracks that we followed to the waterfall, and then we kept going to the lake, and we saw one person that was like hiking back down, and this is probably, like I said, probably like 10 o'clock.
They gave up on finding it.
And so we were like following that person's tracks for a while, because there weren't as many tracks there since no one really went past that waterfall. And it was fresh snow as well. And so we kept hiking, and we were seeing these tracks. And,
giant paw prints.
There were just these tracks, and there was no like human prints or anything, because we were like kind of on our own. And these tracks were like mountain lion tracks, or we thought they were mountain lion tracks probably, and they were just all by themselves. And so we probably followed them for like a mile, and then we were starting to get kind of weary because there were no other people that we knew of. And so we kind of got a little scared, and so we decided, maybe we should, and we didn't really have any, I think we may have had our bear spray, maybe, but
no, we just had sticks and rocks.
Okay, I don't know if we had bear spray or not. So we were kind of like, maybe we should just go back. And so we walked back, and we walked probably a mile back, and we saw some people that went past us, and so
we decided to follow them.
Talked ourselves into continuing to go, and so we kept going, and whenever these people were like stopped and looking at something, and they told us that they had saw a moose, and so we were able to see this
giant bull moose.
Just giant bull moose, just kind of grazing and eating.
He was huge.
It was probably like, I don't know, 1.5 miles or 2 miles from us. Maybe not that far, but maybe not a mile. Maybe like, 800 feet or so, like probably the 800-meter dash type thing, 2 times around the track. This is probably how far it was, and it was on this other side of the stream. And so it was still really, really cool to witness and see, and it was just kind of doing its own thing.
Hey, we are hiking at Fish Creek Falls in Steamboat, Colorado. It's gorgeous out. I think we've gone like 4 miles maybe. It's supposedly 5 miles to Long Lake, so we haven't gotten there yet. But there's not really any signs that tell how far we've gone. So we're just walking. It's kind of flattening out, which means I think we're getting closer because that's what the website said. But it's super pretty. James is way up there somewhere. He walks a little bit faster. And I stop and take pictures and videos. But it's a gorgeous day. The weather keeps changing between hot and cold. But it's really pretty right here. And the trail is gorgeous in the fall colors. Especially the aspens. So, awesome. So we are enjoying our hike. We're almost to the end.
And so we decided, and I think those people decided to turn back. And so they're like, we kind of kept going and we don't know where the lake's at. We don't think it's here. So we're like, well, we're made it this far. We have to make it to the lake now. And I guess we were like less scared, I guess, at that point.
Well, we saw a trail runner. And the trail runner had been there. The trail runner had done the trail a ton. And so he knew, like, he was like, no, the lake exists. He's like, it's about like 1.5 miles still up there. He's like, I run to it all the time. So
yeah.
Then we felt a little bit better. We're like, all right, he's been there. We know what we're doing now. So
yeah, so the trail runner went past us, and I don't know if he actually went all the way to the lake.
I don't think he went to the lake that day, but
yeah, but we kept going, and like there was more snow on the ground and stuff as well. But then once we got to the lake, it was like super pretty.
It was insane. It was really pretty.
There's
super
just all these like pine trees all surrounding it,
and it just reflected it. It was like a perfect reflection.
Giant lake too. It was like crystal clear blue, and really pretty. And so we're really happy that we decided to keep going.
To make it all the way there. So it's October 5th, and we just hiked.
It's actually October 6th.
October 6th, and we hiked about, I think we're at like 9 miles to get to this lake that it was definitely not 5 miles from the trailhead, like the sign said. So
we got scared.
Super gorgeous. We went back because we got scared because there were like all these paw prints, and then we turned around because other people were coming, so we decided to follow them. And then we got to see a bull moose, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, here we are. We made it.
Yay.
Now we're gonna try and beat this storm that's coming.
Don't die on the way back by a mountain lion.
Yeah, or a bull moose.
Since we've seen lots of mountain lion tracks.
So we're gonna go now. And then we were walking back, and we made it to the spot with the moose. And so we like didn't see the moose, and so we like kept going, and we were like, James was walking ahead of me, and then I was like walking, and I looked to my left all of a sudden, and like the moose was like standing right on the other side of this creek, like even way closer than he was before, like half a football field.
It was really
football
close.
Field? I don't know, like a football field away. Like he was just stopped and staring at us, and I like tried to get James's attention because James is still walking, and I like was like whispering. I was like, James, and he like turns, and I was like, it's right there, and James like froze too, and he waited for me to catch up to him so we could both stand there next to it. But
yeah, we kind of just stared down with the moose for a while.
He crazy.
Luckily wasn't very aggressive.
He didn't really care. He just kind of wandered back to go eating again. But it was crazy because we thought we had passed the spot where we had seen him last time. So he had looped back around though, because it's like you hike in the mountains and then you come up to this giant like pasture clearing area, like these giant meadows, which are really pretty. And so that's where like the moose hang out at. But it was like the prettiest time to hike there because it was so yellow everywhere.
Yeah, and there's also the snow with it too.
So my feet were soaked.
We saw a bunch of other people like hiking a bit like at the end, sort of.
After we'd already gone up.
A bunch of dogs and stuff on the trail.
Oh yeah, because then I was really like on edge because of the moose and the tracks. And I was walking, and all of a sudden this giant dog runs past me, and I like screamed. And then James and the owner started laughing at me because it was like this big friendly like lab, but he like was off leash and was like running right past me, and I was like already like I hadn't realized I've been like holding my breath for the hike, and so
yeah, and we had to be a little bit. I remember we had to leave early too because there was like snow and rain in the forecast that night, and so we went to the hotel room and like kind of got warm, and then we went and played disc golf at the Steamboat Springs area, like this steamboat
ski lift.
The steamboat the ski area has like a disc golf course that's set up there, and there wasn't enough snow to go skiing yet, and so yeah, we went and played a few holes of the disc golf, and it was pretty cool, but it was kind of like extreme disc golf because it was really hard to find your disc.
There were maps at the beginning. I had a hole in two though, which was like my best hole ever.
You're going up and down like giant like hills and stuff, and it was pretty tough to like find your disc because you were throwing it blind like half the time, and then it would take us like, I don't know, a good 2 or 3 minutes to find our disc. And then it started raining on us.
It was like pouring.
And it was kind of more like sleeting because it started snowing a little bit too. It was really, really cold and windy. And so and then it just started downpouring at one point. And so
we ran back to the car. We ran
back to the car eventually.
And it was really muddy and
we didn't get to finish the whole course, but it was still it was pretty cool. It was good just to know that they had a disc golf course.
It was really pretty.
And then we went back to the hotel and got dry again. And then that night we went and to this like
the hot spring.
Yeah, we went to the hot springs pool, and it was really cold at that night. It was probably like 20 or 30 degrees probably, or maybe a little bit warmer, I don't know, but the water felt pretty warm, and so it was kind of cool, and it was just good to experience it. But apparently they have another hot springs area
called like Strawberry Springs or something,
where the clothing is optional, but
we didn't get to go to that one.
The road was still kind of icy,
and it said it said it does have like 4-wheel drive to get to the road to that one.
Yeah, so
we didn't want to go get lost down there at night.
But the whole like weekend trip was really like amazing, and we definitely want to go back to Steamboat Springs and do that hike again, or just see other portions of that area as well. But it was really pretty. And then on our way back, we got to drive through a bunch of snow, so it was kind of sketchy a little bit, but we made it. So, but it was
super worth
cool.
it.
Yeah. So if you guys ever have a chance to go to Steamboat Springs, definitely
check out the waterfall hike.
Check out the hike, check out disc golf, and check out the hot springs area because they're all definitely worth it. Pretty cool.
Have fun.
Until next time, bye.
So it's October 8th, and we're at Cascade Falls and Rocky Mountain National Park. We're in the East End, so we're sightseeing